coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time, because you'll never get closer than now.
Alaska Energy Metals, ticker symbol AKEMF, disseminated on behalf of Alaska Energy Metals. Right now in present time, due to electric cars, nickel is in huge demand. Let's hear from the richest man in the world, Elon Musk.
Any mining companies out there, please mine more nickel. Okay. Wherever you are in the world, please mine more nickel, and don't wait for nickel to go back to some high point that you experienced some 5 years ago or whatever. Go for efficient, also environmentally friendly nickel mining at high volume. If Tesla will give you a giant contract for a long period of time if you mine nickel efficiently and in an environmentally sensitive way. So hopefully this message goes out to all mining companies. Please get nickel.
You've heard it from Elon Musk, one of the richest and smartest men in the world. Get more nickel. We need nickel. Nickel is in a huge demand due to electric cars. Without nickel, there will be no electric cars. Not to mention a lot of other things. Nickel is a major industrial metal. People don't realize how important nickel really is. And another issue is that our country is not 100% efficient. We have so much metal in the grounds, but instead of getting it from our own grounds, we go to other countries. Well, we have companies like Alaska Energy Metals that's willing to drill and grab our nickel so we can get to our goal of being 100% efficient. So yeah, let's get nickel. Not to mention it's a great investment opportunity to invest in nickel mining stocks. And if you like electric cars, or if you don't, if you have to get used to it, no matter what we think, electric vehicles are going to be the future. And as long as that's in plan, we're going to need tons of nickel. So nickel can be a great investment opportunity for us in the metal community. Now let's watch a video of the CEO of Alaska Energy Metals, Gregory Beischer.
Here in the interior part of Alaska, and this picture brings me full circle. As a young geologist 30 years ago, my first employer was Inco, the biggest nickel mining company in the world at the time. And they said, Greg, move up to Alaska. We see the rocks there look a lot like the rocks in Norilsk in Siberia, which is the largest nickel deposits on Earth. And so in the late 90s, I had a big team and I did a lot of exploration right at this exact same spot that I've now reacquired. And I didn't find in the 1990s rich, massive sulfide nickel deposits like Inco wanted me to find, but we did drill into hundreds of meters of disseminated sulfides. At the time, it was geologically interesting, but not economically extractable. But things are really different for nickel now. The projections are fantastic, and so I've been able to reacquire the mineral rights and now refocus the company completely on this project. And why nickel? Why is the timing perfect for nickel? Well, its main use has always been and continues to be the manufacture of stainless steel. Mix a little bit of chrome and a little bit of nickel with the iron, and you've made beautiful stainless steel. And nickel has all kinds of other uses as well, but then now suddenly there's a whole new use for nickel. 29 kilos of nickel in every single average electric vehicle battery. They call them lithium-ion batteries, but really there's substantially more nickel in that battery than lithium. And it's not just car batteries, but these big battery plants that we're now manufacturing around the country to store solar energy, to store wind energy. They've got a lot of metal in them, especially a lot of nickel. So the projections for the demand on nickel going forward are really, really significant. And that's got to mean serious increases in price. But the other part of that is that nickel is not an easy metal to find. It's not very well distributed over the surface of the earth. It only occurs in very specific rock types. And so if the demand increases suddenly, it's not like us geologists can run out and find a whole bunch more nickel deposits that are nice high grade, like the ones in Sudbury. So I think that means we're going to be mining lower grade, large tonnage deposits, which is what we've got in Alaska. The Department of Energy sure sees the risk going forward. In fact, the United States is in a very, very vulnerable position when it comes to metals, especially metals that they want for an electric energy transition. They rate lithium and nickel as the most critical, but I know nickel is a lot harder to find than lithium. And so I can see the price increases for nickel coming really soon. So here's a map, a little cartoon map, and every dot on the map, black dots, are holes drilled historically, some of which I drilled personally back in the 1990s. And I was able to reacquire all that geological information, millions of dollars worth of work. And thankfully, there was 2 clusters of drill holes that were closely enough spaced that we were able to calculate a resource, an amount, a tonnage of rock and the amount of nickel in it. And it was pretty big. We've got combined between the 2 deposits more than 1.5 billion pounds of nickel documented in the ground. And there's copper and cobalt and platinum and palladium in accessory amounts to go along with this. But with more drilling, those 2 deposits are going to join together. You can see the black dots in between. Every one of those holes intersected almost the exact same grade. It's not a high grade, but it's a very homogeneous, very continuous deposit. So this is what we've got right now in those red shaded areas. But in summer of 2023, we drilled the holes shown in blue, 8 good deep holes that have seriously extended the zone. And so I think our 1.5 billion pounds will very soon become 3 billion pounds. We're crunching the numbers right now, and we'll publish that resource update soon. So that's getting to be a pretty darn big nickel deposit, and it warrants an aggressive program next year. So we plan to drill all those holes shown in yellow. And as long as that historical grade holds up, and there's no reason why it shouldn't, because every time we drill into that particular magmatic layer, we get the same concentration of metals. We're going to have somewhere between 5 and 7 billion pounds of nickel documented in the ground. And that is a big nickel deposit, just with 2 years of drilling. So we're a good team. We know what we're doing in Alaska. We all live in Alaska. There's just 86 million shares outstanding right now. We have money in the bank. We're going to raise more, but the shares are really on sale right now. We started the company in April. As you can see, we took off right away to 40 cents, and then in the fall up to 50 or 60 cents. But then in late November, the shares that we had sold during the summer became free trading, and people took profit, and the shares have gone from 60 cents to 40 cents where they sit today. So it's a great opportunity to buy the stock as we go forward from here with all these catalysts coming up. So it's in a good spot near highways, just up the road from where I live in Anchorage, about a 6-hour drive. It's a nice, you saw the picture on the first slide, a nice flat area just on the edge of the Alaska Range Mountains that you can see in white. And it comes right to surface. So the mineralized zone here in this cross section, a vertical slice through the earth, is shown in the reddish colors. The darker red in the center part is higher grade, around 0.45% with 0.3 on the outsides. And it comes right up to the surface, just hidden under a skim of gravel. And it dips at 45 degrees off to the south, which is perfect for an open pit mining scenario. And that's thick. The true width of that deposit is well over 300 meters thick. You can imagine every drill hole is adding a huge amount of tonnage and a huge amount of nickel to the inventory.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that insight from the CEO of Alaska Energy Metals, Gregory Beecher. He's going to do a better job explaining it than I am because he is the CEO. He is the mastermind behind this as well as the great team. If you guys want more information about this great company, check out their website. I will have their link to their website in the description of the video. And it's a better time. I mean, it's a good time to invest in nickel. Obviously, do your due diligence, do your homework. I can't tell you what to invest in and what to do. But I myself have already invested into this nickel mining stock, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited. I think there's a lot of potential for nickel, and especially with the future. So yeah, let's make our country 100% efficient with metals. That's the video for today, guys. Make sure you check out Alaska Energy Metals.